So we got to learn how to count them anyway. So let's look at this. So remember, we did the law of conservation of matter. It said you cannot create or destroy things. You can only change forms. And this shows up when we do this math and chemistry. It's like a kind of math, kind of. It's almost like a Sudoku. It's fun. I like it a lot. You guys may or may not like it. But first we got to count the atoms right, okay? So this says use the formulas provided to determine the number of atoms of each element in each compound. List each element by symbol and then tell me how many atoms are in the compound. So if you look at this, we got CO2, which is what? Carbon dioxide. Okay, so what we got to do is list these out. It helps you on paper. Some of you guys at home, you're going to have to do it digitally on your computer somewhat today, and then tomorrow I'll give you the paper. But if we listed these out, we would say, what are the two elements in this thing? Okay, so anyone here? Joseph?
Carbon and oxygen.
Carbon is one, and oxygen is the other. So then we have to count how many there are in each compound. Okay, so if you look, there's only one number in here. It's a 2. Okay, and then this has nothing in front of it. So what you got to kind of do is this. If there's nothing next to the letter, like there's nothing there, do you know what that means? It's just like a letter in algebra. Yep. Just 1. Okay, so this really just means 1. They just don't write it in there. It's an implied 1. Okay, so that's how you kind of do. And then the 2 only applies to the oxygen. Okay, so if there was, what you're going to see some down here, you got parentheses and you got big numbers in front and little numbers down here. We're going to learn about that today, so I'm not going to tell you too much, but that all changes. It's kind of like PEMDAS in math. You know, please excuse my dumb sister or whatever you call it. Yep. So this is kind of, if you get parentheses, you got to make stuff go to that. Okay. You got to, what's it called? When you can distribute, thank you. And then same thing with these big numbers in front. They mean everything after it times 2. Okay, or everything after it times 3. You got to distribute that too. Okay, so like for instance, this 3 down here would go times that, times that, times that, and times that. Okay, so I want you to try this. I know you haven't seen it before. Just do this while I put the attendance in the computer, and we'll see. So when you go through, just list. So like right here, how many carbons would be in this? 1. Okay, and how many oxygens? 2, because it's only affecting that. So that's how many there are of that. So go ahead and let's do this one together and then we'll move on. Okay, so this one, we got, this is called a coefficient. I'm going to tell you that in later, but 2 times everything. So 2 only, what is this 2 changing and affecting? Tristan, I can see you in there. It's doing the hydrogen only, okay? And this has, if there's nothing there, what does it mean? 1. So now you take this 2 times everything else. Okay, so what's, I forgot to even list them out. What do we got here? H is hydrogen and O is oxygen. So yeah, how many hydrogens are there? 4, good. 2 times that 2. And then how many oxygen are there? 2. 2 times that 1. And that's how you do them. Okay? Try to do those next 3 for me real quick while I put the attendance in the computer. Okay?